Hey guys, what's up? It's James. Welcome to the Zona de Discos, Barcelona. This is where the nightlife in Barcelona is. Behind me is the Porto Olímpico. There's also like the Zona de Discos. I'll show you a video in a quick minute of the two towers, the casino. Off in the distance we also have the beach. We really have everything that your mind could seek here for some kind of pleasure. And there's a lot of sort of really great time here that you can have. And so I actually want to talk to you guys about today was pleasure. You know, I actually had a really great day today. I spent some time with some friends and pickup and well, just friends as well, and can relate about a lot of stuff about life and stuff, and doing some day game. I went and picked up myself from my old apartment, and my roommate paid me back. I was really happy about that. You know, I really feel like I can trust him more now. And overall, yeah, today was just a really fantastic day. And I just want to close it out on a great note and make a video for you. Capitalize on these good emotions and send something out to the world that is of value. Alright, so today I want to talk about the human search for pleasure and how we should view it as a good thing. As a part of basic human goodness rather than as something to be ashamed of. So looking forward to sharing this with you guys, and here we go. Alright guys, so here we go. I've lived in Barcelona for a while. This is the nightlife area, and just about every night I come out here and I'm always being approached by people. I'm being approached by Pakistani guys trying to sell me beer and drugs. I'm being approached by prostitutes. I've been approached by a guy outside the bar who wants to take me to the titty bar every time, and there's a casino. There's you can find whatever you really want in this area of Barcelona, and just about everyone is finding it, it seems. And for me, being a guy who's fairly straight edge, I don't even drink coffee really. I had one coffee a day, which is rare for me. I try to avoid caffeine. My weakness is sugar. I have an issue with eating sugar, and what it really comes down to is that there's pleasure all over in Barcelona, or at least in this nightlife area, and it makes me really think about why people seek out pleasure and what's going on, and maybe even sometimes how I can help them. And so what I kind of learned from reading books about philosophy and Buddhism and about life is that it seems that there's different perspectives of looking at life. I'm going to talk about what I meant with you, but I think that what I've kind of concluded myself is that the search for pleasure in the human psyche is universal, and I think that everyone is seeking out pleasure in some sort of way. It's not always so obvious as taking drugs or drinking or watching porn or gambling or fighting with people. These are things that we consider to be unenlightened. They're things that we consider to be dark parts of the human psyche. But I would say that actually pleasure is something that these are very extreme forms of obtaining pleasure, but that pleasure exists on a spectrum, that in all walks of life, in all areas of life, all ways of living, everything we do is somehow related to our search for pleasure and the sense of being rewarded in a way. And so what I mean by that is that pleasure can actually happen in much more subtle ways. It can happen, for me, example, for like drinking a coffee and getting a huge dump of dopamine, or perhaps having sugar, or wanting to do well in my job. It can happen in relating to other people. It can happen it can definitely happen like when I watch porn, or like when I'm having sex. It happens in tons of ways. So there's a spectrum of things that are very pleasurable and things that are kind of less pleasurable. But I think that something that many people latch onto as the constant sense of pleasure, reward, is a sense of validation of identity. Here's what I wrote. Validation of identity is a major driver of pleasure that is constantly at play. We're always asking ourselves, who am I? how do I relate to the situation? Who am I in this situation? We're always trying to put ourselves, understand how we fit in, and when we feel like we fit in, then we're rewarded, and we feel like that we have a place in this earth and that we're going to survive, and it's all built into our genetics, you know? And so I think that people are always, so like the example that I always think of is just to prove a point is that there's the purist, right? He would never do drugs. It's like me even. Like, I would never do drugs. I would never drink alcohol. These things are things of the unconscious masses. They're such in pain. I should feel compassionate for them, right? But so I think that if I didn't have the game to balance out my appreciation for Buddhism, that I would actually become quite perverse. And that's because the game makes me really consider the opposite of what's happening in Buddhism. A sense of retreating and getting to know yourself, but then also the game is like, all right, well, you have to deal with human emotions, in fact, and you have to deal with other people, and it can get messy, you know. And so, and I'm seeking pleasure as well in that pursuit. It's a pursuit of desire, just like, as I said, that we all have. And so, for me, it's interesting contemplating this between the two. And I guess I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, I was saying that. So for a purist, they can actually have their identity validated. They can say, okay, so every time I don't drink and everyone else is drinking, oh, look how high and mighty I am. You know, look how much better I am. I am part of society, and my place in society is to be the person who is better than everyone else and who has the answer for everyone else, so to speak. And so I'm just glad that I have the game to like kind of balance that out and not make me so egotistical. It's validation of ego, actually, and the sense of developing an ego to attain resources and to fit into society and to feel like we can relate to other people is one of the most validating and pleasurable things that I think exist in life. So I'm basically saying pleasure occurs in very subtle ways, and we should be aware that there's a spectrum and think about how what that means for us as human beings. That someone who does drugs isn't necessarily that bad. They're just having to seek out pleasure in a more perverse way, which I'll talk to you about in a minute, as compared to a person who is seeking out pleasure in a more subtle way, so to speak, but they may not even be, they may not even realize it. Porto Olimpico. So the boats are along the edges. You get like Spanish restaurants, or foreign restaurants that Spanish people frequent, and bars and then clubs that Spanish people frequent. These are the two towers that really mark La Ciudad de la Villa Olímpica. I think they're quite beautiful. Alright, over there you got the Casino of Barcelona. At the top you got the two towers that really mark the Ciudad de la Villa Olímpica area. Over here you got I really wish this would focus better. Over there you got the giant fish. And back in that way, there's some clubs I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so the next part, I just wanted to touch briefly on neurological impact to how this relates to the brain. And from my days of watching porn and my subsequent quitting of porn, I found, I watched a video that I think it was called the Coolidge effect. And it basically said that with each exposure, especially as guys as we climax, with each new exposure to pornographic material, that we have a sense of a major release, and then it becomes less and less as we become more and more numb to the effect. So if you've ever drinking a lot of coffee, or you've ever drinking a lot of alcohol, or you've ever drinking a lot of, or smoked a lot of cigarettes, you can become numb to the idea, to the actual sensation of pleasure that they provide. And so I think that we're actually neurologically conditioned in this way, or that we're actually neurologically based in this way by something called dopamine and dopamine receptors, D2 receptors. And dopamine is the chemical of pleasure that exists in our brain. Serotonin is the chemical of happiness. They play against each other. Okay, so I think that in times of increased focus where we're focused on something, like maybe we're working on something, we're trying hard at our job, in periods of deep meditation where we're really expanding ourselves, opening ourselves up, we are building our reserves of D2 receptors. So when a dopamine receptor receives dopamine, there's a happy feeling, And so what can happen is that I think that celebration is a very natural aspect of human life. That after a long period of focus, we create something, right? And then as a result, we suddenly have all these D2 receptors that have been conditioned into us for over a long period of time. And now that we're free, we can maybe have a drink, or maybe we can go out and have a good time. We can dance, we can loosen up, and we begin to get dopamine. It feels good, but we have so many receptors we can even feel better. And so we have this amazing experience of life where we have these amazing moments where we have all these D2 receptors and we have all this dopamine. Maybe if we drink a lot, we're out with friends, we feel alive. Maybe we're traveling. There's just this amazing sense, all these new experiences coming in, all this pleasure. It feels amazing. We're on top of our life. It's just an amazing, amazing experience. And so that's the initial release, right? And the second release, the next day or the next week, might even be higher. That might just open us up to the next level, right? But if you follow me here, if we don't return to that focus to rebuild our D2 receptors, then that slowly is going to become less and less as our dopamine receptors get burned out. They get burned out by this and they become less actually. And over time, we can actually flip to where we are more seeking pleasure than actually receiving it. And this is what happens when we get drug addicts, alcoholics. They don't know why they're doing it. They've fallen into a habit of it. And so what little pleasure they still get from the activity of drinking, it might even be at this point a sense of having an identity, and this is how they get validated now. They're validated by the identity, not the actual alcohol. It's no longer pleasurable to them, So in the end, you get addicts. You get people who forgot to refocus to get back on their point in life. They celebrated, but they took it too far, And so what can happen then is that you get addicts, you get people who end up on the wrong side of life and ultimately need some help to get back on it. So just a side note on that about the dopamine and the receptors and stuff. So now I'm going to break into about basic goodness and if we should view ourselves, how that affects our life. So let's say that you had this amazing experience where you really focused on something. I just graduated from my master program, so I really focused on my master. I did really good. In the end, I had this great celebration with my class right now. I feel full of life. I'm really enjoying my experience. So let's say that you had what some people might call a peak experience, or just an amazing experience of life where you just feel completely alive. And you have all these good neurotransmitters, these good neurochemicals moving, things are going well for you. And then, like I said, it becomes less and less, and you might actually experience, and what people experience day to day is a sense of impermanence. Is that in the moment we think that our feelings are going to last forever, but in truth, everything always changes. In the end, those feelings of feeling alive, that peak begins to fall, and because we have contrast in our life, we can appreciate the highs and to positively learn from the lows. And so there's a sense of, so with the receptors, it's we're always going a little bit too much, and then we fall, and then so we have to rebuild, and then we come back up, and then we fall. And so we're always staying within this range of emotion based on pleasure. So it gets into impermanence. So I continue to read here. Alright, anyway, let's work into the next part. A nice conversation with those guys, and let's see. So, just really quick, we can take our desire for pleasure to mean that there's something inherently wrong with us. As a result, what can happen is, if you're the purist, then you're going to get perverted thoughts, because there'll be a break of time that happens between as a result, a break of time occurs between the impetus and the action. this creates a perversion, and we can fall prey to rationalizations then that ultimately lead us to make this unhealthy decision. So like what this means is like in the end like people will like they'll avoid their desires, and then like as a result they're going to get out somehow, you know, like fear, aggression, and emotion, they're going to get out of you somehow. They're always going to be there. So we have to figure out how to deal with these proactively, and how to manage our emotions over time. This is a huge managing energy and emotions, the fear, emotion, and anger. Learning to manage these is critical to really to being able to relate with others, to being able to live a good life, to being able to express our basic goodness. And so when we can do that, then that's really important. So this can play out for different people, like they think that they need something to fix them, because they're holding back in a certain part of their life. They're trying to be good people. They're trying to be people who are so like people can take the sense of like I have all these desires, and they feel very selfish, and society is telling me that I'm a selfish person, that I should be a good person, I should give to the kids in Africa, you know, I should be everything, but I have these desires for myself that are conflicting with this, and so there's something that's wrong with me. Actually, everyone else is very very giving, they're very nice people, they care about others, and actually I'm the one who's fucked up. There's something wrong with me because I have these selfish desires. And that's having desire is part of being a human being. It's not that there's something wrong with us because of that. It's just it's a healthy part of the human experience, in fact. And so this plays into the idea that who we are is basically good, in fact. And so if we take this impetus, if we take our desires, and if we can handle our emotions on the spot as they're happening, if we can learn to see what's happening in our lives as it's happening and to proactively respond to it, not react, but to respond, that is the key. And so what we learn to do is we learn to express basic goodness. And basic goodness is who we are. It's like, not right now, but the sun is shining in the sky. It is always shining. Basic goodness is always a part of us. And so what I wrote here is that if we take this impetus on a spot, then we realize that desire is a part of what makes us basically good, in fact. We learn that it's okay to have our desires, and that we can relate to others in this way, that having desires and people can see us and they can learn from that, you know, like we all are here to help each other. When we befriend the parts of us that seem undesirable or maybe selfish, we can add sensibility, compassion, and dignity to our actions on the spot. By examining ourselves and learning about ourselves, we can understand ourselves, and by doing this we can complete ourselves in a way. We can befriend ourselves, we can become a partner to those parts of ourselves that seem undesirable, and then we can grow from that. And so as a result, we have a complete expression of ourselves, and out of this we can develop a tremendous intensity for life. I think that Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, he said that there's a sadness about it as well. I think that in every moment we're just passing through. Like, so even when we're like thinking about something, whenever we're thinking about philosophy or thinking about life or anything, we're still passing through. Like our heart's still beating, and we're still getting older in our life. Like time doesn't matter, but like I think that it's the evolution of our mind that is really what we should mark ourselves by. But like what I mean is that we're always getting older. You know, like we can never hold on to something concretely. Everything is impermanent, and so there's a sadness about that. But at the same time, there's a great sense of joy because we're really experiencing things fully then. And so like as we experience things fully, we're also realizing that we can't hold on to them. And so like it's part of life that is tough. It's part of things that are difficult for us. So out of this hopelessness, we actually develop compassion for ourselves and others. And I think that by developing compassion for ourselves and others, we actually access the other part of us that is based on altruism, that we want to help other people, and that we actually have a stable sense, a consistent sense of joy when we're able to help people. And we find a way that we fit into the fabric of life by being able to help other people. Alright guys, I'm just going to conclude to kind of wrap things up and kind of put this into perspective finally. So we can take the sense that we are selfish to mean that we are originally sinful, that we only care about ourselves, and that is actually bad. That's a bad thing. And because of that, then we can begin to rationalize decisions that are unhealthy. We can begin to say, well, if I'm such a bad person and I'm not happy, well then let's who cares what I do? You know, I can take drugs, I can steal. You know, I can be someone who is I'm careful in selecting my words here, but someone, you know, you get the idea, right? And so we become an expression of our primal drives that haven't been expressed, so to speak. But if we take it as part of our basic goodness, and so it's all about the view, that how we view it, how we view ourselves. If we view ourselves as originally sinful, then we can rationalize about life and accept things in our life that are unhealthy. But if we can actually see ourselves as basically good, then that changes the perspective. Now all of a sudden we have to approach things with intrigue. We have to approach things and think about them. We have to really consider other people as well. And that just happens more naturally. And we also have to consider ourselves and our own emotions and our own fear and our own aggression, because these parts of us are always there, so we have to just learn how to mold them and put ourselves into the world in a way that is an expression of that basic goodness that is always present. So it's up to you how you want to view your life. This is probably, you can probably talk about this for hours, you know, the difference between this, and I think that a lot of philosophy just comes down to the basic question, are we good or are we bad people, you know, like who are we? Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. I'll show you guys around a little bit, and please enjoy yourselves. Take care. Yeah, man, check this out. Out there is the W Hotel. It's our god for the nightlife. Over here, we got the clubs. The nightlife itself, Opium, Shoko. Soda Venos for kids, don't ever go there if you're my age. And over here on the beach, there's all the packy guys selling beer. Whenever you go from the clubs to the waterfront, you have to go through a gauntlet of packy guys to get to the water, the guys selling beer. It's kind of fun actually. And they do provide a real service for people. And just the boardwalk. Beautiful area, really. 2 towers, nightclubs, hotel off in the distance. Yeah, this doesn't really focus that well, but you know, it's just beautiful here, you know. I'll put in a few videos from pickup days too. And yeah, it should be good. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. And rock on. Yeah. How's that from branding? I really hope my camera picks up this song because it's such a nice song. Listen to that. Security guards. So the Vento. Fucking ice bar. Hello. Shoko. I get energy from these videos. I can run. On top. Come on, focus. That's Opium, anyway. Go.
This is channel. This is the dog in Barcelona. Say hello to my house.
Hello!
So where do you guys come from?
I'm from Essex.
Yeah.
Essex?
London.
Essex.
Yes.
They're from Essex.
London, yes, London. And the shy lady. Norwich. Ah, that's the countryside. This is the country
Yes.
people. Yeah. Okay, so the question we asked you today in the coolest club in Barcelona is tall
like the pretty boys?
Yes, they like it.
And what about you? What do you like? You like black guys, right? No, okay.
Once you go black, then you go back.
Is it true?
Apparently not. Apparently.
Apparently it's true.
Apparently.
Oh, okay. Who knows?
Okay, well thank you very much, you guys.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
How about opium, man? Here we are at one of the hottest nightclubs in Barcelona.
Now we're doing this thing right here. Fucking opium. This is where you like just come and drag some bitches over to the W.
The W Hotel, sponsoring good times since 1968.
So, the big question is today.
You have to speak really loud.
Huh?
You have to speak really loud.
Where's the mic?
Yeah, there's no mic. That's terrible.
There's no mic. So the big question we're asking today is how can we pick up women?
Let's ask these girls. Excuse us, ladies. Can we ask you a couple questions? We're making a documentary, and we just want to have your opinion on a female opinion about something. Would you be interested? We need a female opinion. Don't worry. Have a great night.
You can't pull the camera with his face.
Yeah.
So we're here in Barcelona. Excuse me, we need a female opinion on
Say hello to the camera.
it's gonna be on the YouTube.
We're making a documentary for Barcelona. Barcelona nightlife. This guy is on board. Hey! How about these girls back here?
That's size matter. Size. The size matter. The size of the man matter. It's the man of the woman. Does it matter?
Everything, motherfucker! Everything! Yes! Nix ta mère!
Would you guys like to be in a video documentary documenting Barcelona?
Okay, so the size, good or not good?
Yeah.
Come on,
How you guys doing? I'm making a video. It's a video.
Wait, what does the Catalan think of size?
What do the Catalan people think about size?
Big lip.
Do you like the big dick or the small dick?
Yeah.
Hey, do you like the bocadillo pequeño or the bocadillo grande?
Not like a black. No. Very no. He's very
Okay, thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you. So what was the conclusion there?
Yes, so what's the next question? As you can see, it's going to be like all over YouTube. And check out the channel. Okay, look. Very quickly. This size matters. The size doesn't matter. Okay, so over here's the beach. Check it out. Yes, this is the energy we have here in Barcelona.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes.
Please, ladies. We have a very important question.
We have Miss Universe here.
Yes,
with us in Barcelona.
Miss Universe.
Okay, please
Look at
tell
that.
us. Are you?
Don't speak French?
No, are you DTF today? DTF. DTF.
What is it?
Huh? You don't know what DTF. Okay, so this is how innocent the people are here in Barcelona. That's the size of the man's penis cap.
Does the size matter?
That's the size matter.
¿Quieres bocadillo grande or bocadillo pequeño?
No. What you say?
Does the size matter?
You can translate.
About what?
About the penis?
That's the
course it does.
How big? Like really big?
Really big or really small?
Like, well, my boyfriend's a black guy, so
Oh.
I am really big.
They say that once you go black, you never go back. Is it true?
That's so true.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Yeah, don't speak English.
You're a natural, man. You're a natural.
Now, so this is the beach beach over here.
Oh yeah.
As you can see.
Here we have Barceloneta Beach. Many great nights here. Everyone wants to be on camera. You want to say hello to your dad? Hello. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, I have a question for you. Can we ask you just a simple question? How you doing, man? There's the W Hotel. Packy guys selling beer over there. It's a nice stand they got going on. Yeah, man, this is fun.
Okay, so.
All right, yeah.
What's the next question?
The next question is. What is the next question?
Okay, so this is the Spanish one here.
Hey, for the guys.
Okay, which is better, French girls or Spanish girls? French girls. No, you don't like Spanish girls.
Yo! I got in that bucket.
Okay, so the first one. Beach girls, we like beach girls. Beach girls. Okay, so beach girls.
Beach girls. They prefer beach girls over French girls and Spanish girls. Can we ask you a question? Can you just swim around and ask you a question?
So yes, this is how we get it down here in
Barceloneta Beach.
the energy is absolutely amazing. This is the W Hotel. This is where we pick up the chicks and take them there.
Yes.
So we're gonna just like interview some chicks, and the next question's gonna be, excuse me, two dark, handsome, muscle boys, or normal,
Skinny, emotional.
skinny, emotional.
Do you like?
Would you prefer two muscly, pretty boys? Or would you prefer skinny, very nice guys? Does it depend on the size of his heart? Does it depend on the size of his
How are you doing?
How are you?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Do you like the man based on the size of his heart or the size of his penis?
Heart.
Very nice.
Heart.
How are you doing?
She penis. I'm doing here. Penis. I'm penis, and now I'm here because I'm happy.
Yep, there you are. Look at you.
I'm happy alone.
Do you feel like a room without a room? Because I'm happy and alone. You feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
You feel like happiness is the truth.
really good. So you see, it's about the size of the guy's heart.
Well, she said about the penis, actually.
Yeah.
So we have a mixed review.
Okay, so.
So I think the first conclusion is not all women are the same.
I think the conclusion is don't trust the woman's opinion.
Are you like filming the whole stuff? They were just bullshitting.
Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube.
I came from school and we made a video. So.
Full video?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I had a presentation, so I filmed myself in the presentation. I just came home from
Nightlife
school.
in Barcelona.
Nightlife in Barcelona. Barcelona, where are you from, man?
Norway.
Norway.
You are ready?
You guys want to be in the video?
Sure.
Tell us about yourselves.
Norway, of course.
Yeah. And
So we were to an international school. I'm from Boston.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I stayed in Boston for 1 year, and that's why I know this guy.
Yeah, and then we
brother-
fucking came to party from where?
I go.
Where you from?
I'm from Norway. How about you?
Boston. Nice to meet you.
That's how we do it in
That's how
Barcelona.
we do Barcelona.
That's the international love right
Together,
there.
you see?
International
Yes.
love.
Yes.
I fucking love Barcelona. Everyone is fucking chill.
Very nice.
Yeah.
See?
Everyone comes here to party. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Girls are
Muy
beautiful.
bueno.
What do you like about Barcelona, man?
Yeah.
What do you like about Barcelona?
I like the bars, I like the beer, I like the playa.
Yeah, man, the playa is beautiful. Isn't it?
Night.
Nice. I like the
nightlife.
I like the chicks.
Yeah.
The night, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I love it,
For
guys.
summer,
Yeah.
for summer vacation.
And I like you, of course.
I love you. I
love
think
you
that
too.
this is a special moment for us.
Bueno, sí.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
Nice. No problem.
Have a great night. Yeah, you want to keep going?
Okay,
I'm just rolling tape, so you know. I'm just rolling tape, so if you want.
So as you can see, like,
speak Catalan.
Go to
The gay parade.
the gay parade.
Gay parade. Is it?
Try hands up.
I don't know how to say if you went it would be okay, but we're accepting. We're accepting people here in Barcelona.
Go. You introduce them.
All right. Well, guys, I'll take over now. Just watch the orange stop. Make sure it keeps blinking. If it stops, then just start again. I'm gonna give you the real insight into the Barcelona.
They're very shy. Some of these.
Sometimes I'm shy, sometimes they're shy.
Yay!
Excuse me. Oh, she was a nice one, but another fish that got away.
James, you're not very natural at this, are you?
Do you prefer a guy with a big heart or a big penis? What do you think? It's about to go. ¿Qué es su favorito? Curioso, enamorado, simpático. Laughing. Yeah. Thank you so much. Man, you're so much more natural in front of the camera. I got one up here.
Booma.
Alright, let's see. I love your shirt, man. You take over here. I like you more. We have Mario.
This is my camera assistant.
Okay, the camera assistant. So the question is today, is 2 dark pretty boys or just normal random genuine guys?
I think that answers it.
Okay, altos, más
¿Hablas
musculosos.
español?
Ya, me estoy arrestando.
Ay, háblame.
Okay, altos, musculosos, bonitos o chicos normales? Normales, como él. O él es alto, guapo.
Él es el normal.
Yo muy loco.
¿Qué otra cosa? ¿Cuál es la otra question?
Do you like a man with a big heart or a big penis? Corazón grande o pene grande?
Importa cómo lo muevas.
Más importante.
Okay, so the movement that counts.
The movement.
It's not the size of the wave of the ocean.
Yeah? It's what?
The movement,
Of the wave.
motion of the ocean.
It's the movement of the ocean.
Thomas and everybody. Have you
This
seen
is how we do it here.
No, is this somewhere here?
Yeah, this is right.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's cool, yeah.
Okay, so
We're just doing our thing, you know? We're just having fun.
say it.
Hey,
You,
did you go to gay parade today?
the gay parade.
The gay parade.
What was your opinion of the gay parade?
What was your opinion?
Are you gay? It's okay if you are. We need an expert opinion.
¿Por qué graban esto?
Va a ser en YouTube.
No,
Es
qué miedo.
un proyecto para amable.
Todavía es virgen, no me importa. No ha pasado en eso todavía. Bueno, vamos a cortar algunas cosas. Lo has dicho en cámara. No, mamá. No, todavía es virgen.
Lo que quiere.
Y es chico muy guapo, mira.
Muy,
qué
muy guapo.
Y aquí vienen chicas muy sanas.
Very nice. Eso es.
Ok, beso a la cámara.
Beso, por favor. Beso. Es fuerte.
Sparta.
Very nice.
Very nice couple, very nice. So this is how we do it here in Barcelona, you see? The everything is good, people are awesome.
W Hotel. There's the W Hotel.
Take take a shot of the W.
I am.
Doing the dance. We do video.
Oh, tomorrow, awesome party. You're invited. Wait, W. You have to come in white.
Next week, right?
No.
I'm in.
Wait there. Okay, let's go. Where is the party here tonight?
She's so cutie with the booty. Yeah, come on.
I don't know where the party is tonight.
The party is in your heart.
Yes, got to dance to the own rhythm of my heart, I guess.
We don't want to shoot the movie here.
She's showing the booty. She's showing off the booty. Wait, one second. What is showing?
Bree, you see? Oh, hey, how you doing? You want to be in my video?
Yeah.
What do you want to say, man? Yeah, I'm American.
I'm English.
English, man. How you doing?
I'm not bad. What you doing? We saw what
I'm
you're
just
doing.
making a little blog, you know, talking about my life and talking about my experience, you know.
Are you travelling?
I live here actually.
Do you?
Yeah,
How long you lived here for?
since November
Since November.
How long are you here for?
until 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Did you know any skaters?
There's so many
skate-
skateboarders here, man. In this
One of my
skateboarding
mates.
city.
One of my mates used to live over here.
Skateboarding.
Not me. But you know, like, there's a huge skateboarding scene.
Yeah, my mate lived there. He turned professional when he's moved to South America now.
Yeah.
But like, he's an awesome skateboarder. Really good.
South America?
Moved to South America, yeah.
From
I don't know
Barcelona?
whereabouts. But yeah, his parents, they lived in England, and then his parents moved to Australia when he was 16.
Okay.
And he carried on college in England, and then when he finished college, he moved to Barca and lived here until about a couple of weeks ago, literally.
Oh, and then he went back to South America?
Yeah.
Interesting. You
Yeah, a
skateboard
lot of my
too,
mates have been here. This is the first time I've been here. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, man, isn't it great?
It's
I
great.
love this place.
Mate, it's
Yeah.
great. Weather's lovely.
What do you like about it here?
What do I like?
Yeah.
Mate, I just like the weather, to be honest.
The weather's the best,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
That's why I moved
English.
here, actually, yeah.
Love the
England's
weather.
rain all the time, man. It's horrible.
Rain.
Yeah.
When you get
Yeah,
the
man,
sun,
I
you appreciate
believe
the
that.
sun, but everyone's moaning about how hot it is.
Yeah.
Have you
And
been
it's
to
like,
England?
really?
I haven't been yet, not yet.
Yeah, you should go. It is
Oh.
good. It is good. It's good.
It's just the weather's bad.
You guys from London? Or
Pardon?
are you guys from London?
No, no, from Birmingham.
Oh, it's a
Second
little bit
city.
north of
Yeah,
London.
so we're
It's,
like the
it's
middle.
in the middle,
Yeah.
right in the heart
middle.
of England.
Would you recommend the other English cities to London, or is London really just the best?
Liverpool's good.
Oh, yeah.
Manchester.
Maybe a more authentic experience? Or the
Newcastle.
Newcastle,
Newcastle's good.
Wait, hey man.
But yeah,
Is that what
man.
they say?
Wait, hey man.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Geordie's.
How we man?
We man.
Nah, London's definitely the best, probably.
Okay, cool.
London and down south, it's warmer.
Devon and
And you
Cornwall.
get Devon, Essex. Have you heard
Essex.
of- The only way is Essex. Have you heard
Yeah,
of that?
I've heard of Essex. Essex is known around the world by some kind of brand name, I think. Yeah.
There's a
It's
TV
familiar
series.
name.
There's a TV
Yeah.
series called The Only Way Is Essex.
Maybe there's a hotel.
That's twats. Pardon?
Like what?
Yeah, Essex is full of twats, sir.
Twats. Or twats.
They're full of twats.
Idiots.
Wankers.
Oh, wankers.
Dickheads.
I love how other countries like classify each other, because to Americans it seems fascinating, you know?
Whereabouts in America are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
I've been working on a job, and the neighbours, they're from Georgia. Is it Georgia? Georgia.
Georgia.
Is that where Coca-Cola's from?
I think so, yeah.
Because they bought us Coca-Cola in the plastic red cups,
Okay.
and they filled them up with ice, and they were like, "This is how we drink Coca-Cola in Georgia."
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," and she goes, "That's where Coca-Cola originates from," and she was like, "You can't drink cola without ice
Yeah.
in this cup."
Yeah.
And it was nice, but like, yeah, he was in the army, and he moved to Germany, but like his wife, she was wicked. They were really nice people.
Okay.
They were good people. But like, that's one place I want to go is America.
Yeah, well, I mean, Georgia's not the most interesting place. I mean, it's very, they have CNN there. I think there's a good culture, but I'd recommend the normal places. It's the places where everyone goes. I would go as well.
So have you been many places in America?
I have actually. I've been probably about 20 or 25 in the States.
Have you?
Major cities, yeah.
Can you name all 50?
Absolutely.
Can you?
You're gonna make me?
Go on then.
I don't want to, man. I don't want to. Come on. There's too many. But of course.
Where's the best place in America to go?
Best place in America?
Apart from your home place.
No, that's not the best. Really interesting place is Colorado.
Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like good vibes,
Dallas Springs in Colorado.
What?
Where's Dallas?
Dallas?
Dallas Springs.
Well, Colorado Springs is in Colorado
Yeah.
and Dallas is in Texas.
Okay, I don't know America.
Where's spring break?
I've been to Florida.
Oh, Florida every time, yeah.
I've been to
Spring break, is that Mexico?
Cancun.
Cancun.
Yeah.
That's where I
Senor
want to go.
Frogs. Yeah.
Cancun.
Is that where everyone goes over every summer?
Yeah, you know, Fly Thomas Cook, they have flights to Mexico from the UK for like 200 or 300 euros. So,
Really?
yeah, you can check it out. They have some of the
That's
cheapest
good, that is.
flights to Cancun. A lot of UK people go into Cancun. It's
Yeah.
kind of similar to Barcelona, actually. Just the sense of warmth and party on the beach and stuff like that.
That's good, that is. Have you been to LA?
I haven't, no.
What about New York?
I haven't been to either, actually. I've been to most of the states.
Is like New York, is it warm in the summer? Like it would be here?
Sure, yeah. Not maybe not this warm, but it's warm, you know.
Yeah.
Most of the U.S. is. I mean, like, I actually think that Europe is a little bit further north than the U.S. A little bit. Yeah. I think that Spain would probably coincide with like kind of the middle of the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that completely, but you know, and then just goes north from there.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
He's from New Mexico, right?
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
Oh mate, I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. I had 2 weeks off from work and that's all I did.
Yeah.
Did 2 weeks, watched the whole series.
Okay.
Watched every series for 2 weeks.
Excuse me, one cigarette, please.
But don't smoke.
Yeah, don't smoke.
But yeah, nah.
Do smoke, it's not really simple.
Yeah.
So you're here on your own then?
Yeah, you know, I did a master's program and I just finished it up, so
Just chilling for a bit.
Yeah, I got dinner. I was out with some friends and making my blog, so that's about it.
Putting it on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Is this live now? Filming?
Yeah, it's still going, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it just stops naturally.
You're going to put this on YouTube?